Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage in Glasgow today. The Used are on tour, Honey Revenge opening up, and they join me now. How are we, guys?
Hi.
Hi. It's lovely to see you face to face at last.
Nice
Here we go.
Finally meet. How many times have we talked?
I know, this is it. It's really, really cool. We're off Zoom. We graduated to the real world right here. Well, welcome to the UK. Let's start with that, shall we? I mean, first show of the tour last night. How are you finding it? How are you finding these UK crowds so far?
Thank you. It's wild. There was a lot of people out there. There was a lot of people. I don't know, Donny, like, you can go on your own little tangent, but it was just crazy because, like, why do they know the words to our songs? Oh. We're from a very far away place. But, you know, it was definitely, like, back to that opener mindset where, like, we just got off our first headliner in the U.S. And, one, much smaller rooms, like, drastically smaller rooms, which I love, and also love the big rooms for different reasons. But then on top of that, it goes back to trying to win people over rather than knowing that they're just going to know the words.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Different dynamic. I don't know if you want to...
I mean, yeah. Well, pretty much what you said. The rooms are a lot bigger than I'm used to. That was the first time I've been like proper anxious before a show in a long time.
Oh, bless.
So it's super fun. It's just they're a lot farther away, and I look, and it just keeps going and going and going. But the energy's so good.
That's so great. Sweet. That's great to hear. I mean, it's such a perfect match as well. I feel like with the home team as well, to be honest, like it's a really, really well curated lineup, and especially it must be great for you guys that, you know, the Used are one of those bands, aren't they? That anyone who's in this scene, particularly yours, like you will have grown up listening to them. You will have admired what they've done over the years. Such a cool moment to be actually out here playing some shows with them, right?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't feel like it could have gotten any better just because the Used are this massive band and they've already been so welcoming. We've only been in 2 days and like Bert's already like stopping by and just saying hi. He's very, very sweet and very, very friendly. And the home team are some of our favorite people and one of our favorite bands in the scene. They took us on our first ever tour ever as Honey Revenge. So it's kind of fate, it feels like, to be over here with them on their first UK run and our first UK run. It made coming over here, it added like an extra level of comfort, like this layer of just feeling a little more at home in a foreign place.
Yeah. Perfect. I mean, really cool. I mean, I love that you're packing it in as well because we should say, what's it, Thursday you're doing double duty? Is that right? Yeah, just in case people don't know, they're doing the Used Sports Hall, heading straight across town to their own headliner because one show wasn't enough in London town. That's a fun way of doing it. You figuring that out yet? You figuring out how that's going to work?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think the energy's going to be great. I think someone's voice might get a little tired.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Adrenaline will power you through.
So I'm nervous only because we don't have a day off after that. So it's like double header. We open for the Used and then we run down the street and headline. And when we headline, at least right now, we're playing all of our songs. So every song we have out on top of the set that we're playing here, where again, I feel the need to go a little harder because we're trying to win them over, a new group of people. And then we have back-to-back shows after that and then a flight day. So I'm just like a little nervous. But hopefully when I get home, I can have some solid, just vocal and physical rest. But
exactly.
I'm willing to leave it all on the stage for you guys.
There you go. You heard it here first. That's dedication right there. We should talk as well. I mean, obviously, the album's been out for a minute now. Amazing reaction online. Great reaction live. We can see that already on the headliner and stuff. Now that we are a little bit further away from it now, how are you guys feeling about it? Like, it's got to be a different thing when it's something you've lived with for so long, but now it's out in the world. Does it change that? Does playing them live change that dynamic for you a little bit?
Absolutely. We play every song differently live than it is on the record because, like, now that they're out, I know, oh, well, maybe I don't want to do it like that. Sure. So, like, that's really fun. It's really cool seeing how they, like, connected with people and seeing how people feel about the songs when they hear them live. It gets me really excited to write more stuff, too. Yeah. I'm ready for the next one.
Absolutely.
Definitely, we were just discussing the dynamic of seeing, like, which songs in which places hit for people harder. Because it changes from show to show. And, you know, you see the songs that stream well, you know, numbers wise, but then you see the songs live that actually connected.
Yeah.
And there's that difference when you have a song that kind of pops off online and goes a little viral or whatever. You see, like, the people that show up just to see that song and kind of are standing there. But then you see maybe a song didn't stream as hard, but the fans that love it are showing up and fucking raging for it, like screaming. And so that was the interesting thing about this tour was, like, this is a very different crowd than we've gotten used to. And there's more of them. And we're trying to figure out what's gonna get their attention.
Yeah.
Like, what songs do we open with? What songs do we close with? What songs are they going to think are kind of corny? Because, you know, some of our songs are kind of fun and a little more party songs, and some of them are a little more emotional, and some of them are a little heavier. Some of them are a little dancier. We kind of tried with our first album to give all of us so that people could show us what they liked, and we could figure out how we want to go forward with our sound. And I think that was definitely the craziest part. Because Reruns specifically hit really hard in the UK. That was the first.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So when that song popped off last year, that was the first time we were really getting, come out to the UK, come out to the UK, come here, come here.
Got you, yeah.
And so that was the one song last night where I felt like I could kind of throw the mic out and people were singing it back to me. There weren't a ton of them.
Great.
Yeah, there weren't a ton of them, but they were loud, like the ones that knew it. So that was really cool.
That's really exciting and really cool to see. No, it's nice to see it building in that way. I saw you, Donny, even tweeting today. Demos are playing around with, man. Like, what kind of? How many are we kind of playing around with at the minute?
I think in the Dropbox folder, there's 8 of them.
Oh, okay, a healthy amount already. Here we go.
So many more on my phone.
Great.
And now it's just like deciding which ones do we want to present to the world? Which ones am I going to throw in the bin?
Yeah. I mean, early stages and everything, but are we kind of playing around? I mean, like you just said, loads of kind of different styles, showing a little bit of all sides of yourself there. Are you honing in on certain areas already? What are you kind of thinking?
I am going a lot. I'm going in every direction that I want. My thing with this band is I don't feel it as a genre. I just write what sounds cool. I write what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
And then she got to figure it out. Then it's out of my hands.
Yeah. There's a lot in the works. It's hard to go into it and explain without giving a little bit too much away. I think we want to do some stuff more reminiscent of, you know, like Habitual and Favorite Song and kind of the more lighthearted stuff while we're still in that mindset. I personally have gone through a lot this year, and before this year I was already going through it. Like, you can see it in some of the like sad songs on the album. And on top of that, touring and being away from the people you love when you're going through that sort of stuff is really, really tricky. And I definitely want to like kick someone's ass a little bit. I don't know who, but someone's trying to fight me.
Yeah, sure.
So I definitely want to not let go of all that dancey fun stuff right off the bat, but I think we're definitely working toward a little groovier. Like, people really love Airhead, and Worst Apology is probably my favorite to play live. And I think something of that essence for an album, I'd love to pursue that a little further. You know, my favorite bands growing up were like Issues and Don Broco, and they have that groove to them. The Home Team are one of my favorite bands right now, like, besides being some of our best friends in the scene. Like, their music, that vibe, like, I love feeling like it's good music, but it also makes you want to move. Like, I want to curate a show for us, a live experience where everyone is moving and everyone's rocking and not just kind of standing there.
Yeah.
And it's hard doing all of it right now to kind of pick that up. But yeah, I think Donny's got it's hard to say, but
it's hard to say. We don't want to give it all away just now. I appreciate that. It's so funny. Like, when I was chatting to Brian earlier as well, like, you know, with the Issues connection there, obviously, but like, it's just so funny how I feel like they're having their moment again, Issues, in a lot of way. That sound is so influential on so many bands like yourself. They're up and coming in the scene, and I love that because I love Issues, and I love particularly what Sky's always brought to the scene in his writing. It's just so interesting to see how those influences come back again once again. You know,
and they were so like ahead of their time.
100%.
Like, just the way that they blend so many different genres together. It's like what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, I don't want to do it the way that they do it. I want to do it in my way.
Absolutely.
They definitely paved the way.
100%. No, it's nice to see those kind of things come back and them getting the flowers at long last. It's very, very cool. We've got to mention your return to the UK next year, Slam Dunk debut. Now, I know, even just, you know, from living out in LA and as far away as you guys are, you know that that's a vibe, that festival. You know what it's all about. Gotta be super excited to be coming over for that one.
I'm such a scene kid. I feel like there were so many years when I had no money and no resources and no job, and I was like, I'm gonna go to Slam Dunk this year. Like, how the fuck was I gonna do that? I didn't even have a passport till this year. You know what I mean?
That's great.
So I think it's really a dream come true. I'm so excited. We were talking about it earlier before Donny got here, but the bands on the lineup are some of my favorite bands. Like, I mean, You Me at 6 is one of my top 5 favorite bands, and I've always wanted to see them in the UK, so that's going to be crazy. I'm really excited to see you know, the Ghost Inside come back. Like,
yeah.
I was supposed to see them on the tour where they had their
course, yeah, a few
accident,
years
and
back
so
now.
it was really, really sad, obviously, and I'm so stoked to see them like take the stage, especially at a festival like that.
Yeah.
And I think Slam Dunk is again one of those festivals where it's so cool because you have a range of music. Like I'm excited to see Pale Waves. They're on the same stage as us. Like I love, you know,
Yeah.
I could go on and on, but there's so many bands like Water Parks and You Me at 6, Against the Current. We were talking about them.
Oh, yeah.
They're so cool. And also just we've never played a festival. This is our first ever
Wait, this is actually going to be your first festival
Yeah.
as well. What a way to begin.
Realize.
Man, there you go. I mean, what a way to kick off a festival run, though. Like, that's so awesome. It's a perfect place to start right there.
And to be here when it's warm.
Well, yeah, okay. Well done. You adjusted the sentence appropriately at the end there. Shout out Leeds, shout out Hatfield. Yeah, we'll see about the temperature. We'll see how we go. Also, we've got to mention, you know, heading out on the road with Meet Me at the Altar as well, right? I mean, you know, we love Meet Me at the Altar. They're so great. Love what they've been achieving there and everything. And again, that feels much like with this touring lineup. Another one that is going to work. I mean, chances are, if you're a fan of Meet Me at the Altar, they're probably going to be a fan of you guys as well, you know?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
There was a while back. I don't know how to phrase it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Got so excited.
I got excited too. I
So
was like,
excited thinking about
I
it.
don't know if this is what Donny was going to bring up, but their old band played with Meet Me at the Altar when they were like a baby.
Oh, wow.
What were you, like 16, 17?
16, it was like December 2019. So watching them like grow from then, because like right after that is when they got signed to Fueled by Ramen.
Yeah, of course. Like such a quick trajectory. You forget that sometimes. Yeah.
Definitely. So watching them grow and then now coming back.
Oh, that's so fun. Oh, I love that. Full circle moments.
Yeah, and also just like you said, I feel like we have a similar fan base, but there's also they've been in the touring game just a little bit longer than us, so they have a couple more, you know, different kinds of fans under their belt, like an assortment. They've done a really great variety of tours, I feel like, since they started touring, and I'm really excited because we've always been tagged in the same stuff. Like even before this band, like my old project, like we always were in the same playlists. It almost felt like we were too similar back in the day, and now it's like I feel like we've both found our own sound.
100%, yeah.
And we kind of do have a little overlap, but also our own individual qualities. And I'm really excited to get to know them. Their drummer came out and saw us in Florida, so I finally got to meet her. And me and Edith recently like got each other's numbers, and now we're texting and kind of planning out like making a couple videos, you know, just to like tell people about it. So I'm excited. I've wanted to like befriend them for so long, but our paths have just never crossed. Ever. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Taylor Acorn. I feel like we've met, but there were multiple tours where we were either supposed to be on together or we were on the same tour on different coasts.
Right, sure. Yeah, just never quite clicked.
And that's another one where Slam Dunk, she's on the same stage. So it's like, finally.
Everything's coming up Slam Dunk this year for you guys. Here we go. That's exciting times ahead.
I know. I forgot to mention that we're coming back for Slam Dunk on stage last night. I was like, damn, I'm such an airhead for real.
Throw it out there. They'll be back in May. Well, look, guys, I mean, congrats on everything. Enjoy the rest of the run here. So good to see you over here in the UK. And yeah, like we say, we'll see you back here in May. Look forward to it, all right?
See you so soon.
Thank you. Oh my God. It's this guy. Can we give it up for this guy?
Stop it.
No.
Cut that bit at the end, yeah. Cut that bit at the end. I need revenge,
Put in the
everybody.
clap track.